What's up, everybody? I'm Dave from Dave's E-Reviews, and today we're in the garage because it is freezing outside. But today we're going to be talking about this 40-volt Ryobi snowblower. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dave, and I do tests and reviews on all sorts of electronic gadgets, devices, contraptions, anything and everything. I give you my opinion, I test them out, and I let you know what I think. That being said, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You could subscribe to the channel to see more videos and more reviews like this. Also, if you hit that notification bell, it'll notify you when we put out a new review video. So when you like and subscribe, it helps me, supports the channel, and I appreciate it. First and foremost, this video is not sponsored. Nobody sent me this snowblower. I purchased it with my own money. The links that are in the description below and the QR code that will appear periodically are really just to the Ryobi website to give you technical specifications or any information just in case I missed something when I was going over this video. So the way we're going to break this video down is the way we break down all of our review videos. We're going to start out with the tech specs of the Ryobi snowblower. Then we're going to get into some upsides and some downsides of this device. And finally, I'm going to give you my thoughts and conclusions on the Ryobi 40-volt snowblower. So let's get to it. Before we get to the tech specs, I want to go off on a little bit of a backstory. This is not a new snowblower. I have owned this snowblower for over a year, so this is my review after a year of owning it. But this year, across the United States, a giant snowstorm occurred. So while I have had this product for over a year, I've really only tested it out on snowfalls around 2 inches, maybe 6 inches. And this recent snowstorm that we got dumped about 13 to 15 inches of snow over the area. On top of that, it then put a thin layer of ice on the top because of sleet. So I thought, what better time to really test this out, make a review video, show you what can this do. But first, let's get to the tech specs. So now we're going to get to some upsides of owning this product. And the first upside that I have to say has to be the Ryobi ecosystem. And because you're on Ryobi's ecosystem, basically what that means is that you can use the 40-volt batteries that are in this product in any other 40-volt Ryobi product. Most people do not purchase this snowblower as their first foray into the Ryobi ecosystem. Usually, they purchase another 40-volt item. In my case, I was already in the ecosystem because of a lawnmower, weed whacker, blower, some of the lawn equipment that I had. So buying this snowblower was almost like a no-brainer if I wanted to take a jump into an electric snowblower. Best part about this, and this is where the upside part comes in, is this device comes with two 40-volt 8 amp hour batteries. It runs off of those two 40 volt 8 amp hour battery. So you need two of the same battery in this device to run it. But because I had all this other lawn equipment, I could technically use the two 6 amp hour batteries that I had or the two 4 amp hour batteries that I had. Yes, this device will run on two 4 amp hour batteries, does not run for very long. So the upside, the biggest upside at least to me for this snowblower is the fact that you're in the Ryobi ecosystem. And if you're already in the Ryobi ecosystem, your batteries will work. On top of that, now that I've owned this for over a year, I've gone from winter to summer again where I'm mowing the lawn. And because of that, I will take this 8 amp hour battery and put it in my lawnmower, which only requires one 40 volt battery at a time. But that's neither here nor there. The important thing is that the upside to this is the sharing of the batteries. You're now in the ecosystem, so any other Ryobi 40 volt product that you have, you can utilize the batteries from this or the batteries from that in this. Upside number 2 is the moment you've all been waiting for. Can this thing handle 15 inches of snow? The video I'm about to show you is how this 40 volt handled the 15 to 18 inches of snow that was on my driveway. And as you can see, basically, this thing just chopped right through it. Now, one of the things that I will say that you have to do is you will have to bump up your auger speed, depending on the type and the thickness and the amount of snow. So you can keep your auger speed very low if you have a small amount of snow. Anything under, say, 5 inches, I pretty much keep the auger speed all the way down to the lowest. However, in this snowstorm and this amount of snow, I had to bump up the auger speed so that it could keep up with the amount of snow. And as you can see in this video, it is just plowing through. And by the end, it did a great job clearing out that parking spot in the driveway. But even more important is what I'm about to show you. And that is, if you have a driveway and you have to deal with snow every winter, one of the things that is a pain in the butt is when the plow comes by and plows you in your driveway after you already clear it. So in my case, I did not clear the bottom of the driveway out, and they put probably 20 inches of snow down there. So what you're about to see is me videoing with my GoPro, and I am clearing out this snow. You can clearly see that the snow pile that I am clearing out here is at the bottom of the driveway, and it is above opening on this Ryobi snowblower. And you can see that this thing throws the snow great. It clears it no problem. Sometimes you may have to back up a little bit just because what happens when snow is above the snowblower, when you hit it, it's going to fall down and more snow is going to go. So you will have to do that. There are occasional times where where the tires will grip and go a little bit, and then you kind of have to back up and do a second run. But this thing handled it great. Once again, I did have to up the auger speed. So based on that, as long as you have the ability to up the auger speed, bump it up and kick this snow's butt. I'll tell you what, this thing, as far as covering any amount of snow that I have had, in the area, this big snowstorm, I'm calling it Snowmageddon, this big Snowmageddon snowstorm, this Ryobi 40 volt, it handled it amazing. Upside number 3 for me has to be that it's electric. No offense, love my neighbor to death, but I pop 2 batteries in this thing. I go outside, I start snowblowing. My poor neighbor's out there trying to pull start his snowblower, ends up having to electric start it because it's so cold. Luckily he's got a snowblower and electric start. Me, I was out there, I was halfway done by the time he started his snowblower. So I have to say, upside number 3 is how easy it is. It's electric. You put a battery in it and you go. All right, so listen, not every product is perfect. Let's talk about some downsides now. Okay, downside number 1 for me has to be the fact that in a snowstorm like this, even though you have 2 8 amp hour batteries, and this thing is powerful, you kick that auger speed up and those batteries wear down a lot. I can tell you that on a small snowfall, something under, say, 5 inches, I can run this and probably do all of my property twice with these 8 amp hour batteries. Now, in that snowfall that we had, where we had more than a foot, I had to bump up the auger speed to take care of that. And because I bumped up the auger speed on there, in order to take care of the heavy snow, I maybe got about half of my property done. Luckily, because I'm already in the Ryobi ecosystem, I was able to take 2 6-amp-hour batteries and put them in there and finish my property. Once the property was done, I then go in, charge the batteries, and you're good to go. But do understand that when you have more snow, you are going to have to up that auger speed, and it is going to require you to use more battery power. And that means you're going to have to probably, you know, depending on the size of your property, you may end up having to have a second backup spare batteries. And they're not cheap. You know, 40-volt batteries are not cheap. So if you don't already have them, just be prepared that on a really heavy, big snowstorm, you're probably going to end up using them. Downside number 2 for me is more about the Ryobi batteries than it is about the snowblower itself. Make sure, in my opinion, that you keep your batteries inside of the house. And the reason I'm saying that is, when are you going to use a snowblower? When it's freezing cold out. And the problem is if you keep your batteries out in the garage, for example, and the garage is not temperature controlled, your batteries are just as cold as it is outside. Ryobi battery charger has a safety mechanism built in. It will not charge a battery if it's too cold or too hot. It sort of lets it get to room temperature, or it works the battery. I don't know the scientific technical details behind it. I'm sure you could find it on the Ryobi website, but pretty much what happens is if your battery is too hot or too cold, you will get an orange light on your charger when you put the battery on there. And what it's doing is it's basically letting that battery cool, or testing that battery enough to get it to where it's safe to charge it. It's a safety mechanism, and that's great. The downside is if you leave your batteries outside and you need to charge them before getting started with your snow blowing, it's going to take extra time because they don't just start charging right away. Same with when you're finished using the device. So when you finish using the machine and you take the batteries out, you're not going to be able to just put them on the charger and have them start charging right away. They are going to cool down, and that battery charger is going to wait until they cool down to charge. So that is a downside that you're going to have to prepare for. Okay, thoughts and conclusions. Honestly, I love this thing. I've now had this over a year. It's gotten me through every snowstorm that had significant snow, including Snowmageddon 26. It also does just something, you know, if there's 2 or 3 inches out there and I don't feel like shoveling, I'll pull this bad boy out. And what used to take me an hour to do with the gas snowblower, this thing takes me half an hour, 45 minutes at the most. And that's, you know, if I have to go over something a couple times, which most of the time when you're in, you know, 3-4 inches, not a problem. But knowing that this can also handle something like a blizzard or like a snowstorm that dumps over a foot of snow, I'm very happy with this, especially since I'm already in the Ryobi ecosystem. I already have extra batteries for my other lawn equipment. So honestly, my thoughts, my opinions on this device is that it is awesome. I wouldn't go back. And to be honest with you, even if this thing broke down tomorrow, I would go buy another one. That's how much I like it. And when you buy a snowblower, one of the things is obviously you want to make sure that you're going to use it and you sort of get your money's worth. But to be honest with you, in my opinion, you buy a snowblower in the hopes that you don't have to use it, but that if you needed to use it, you're good to go. And when you think that way, or when you have that mindset, that is one way where electric beats gas every single time. Because if I had a gas snowblower and we had a winter where we used it once, well then, now you're gonna have to treat your gas because you're gonna have to empty it. You know, you're gonna have to do tune-ups. You're gonna have to clean out change the oil. You don't have to do any of that with this. So that is the best part about an electric snowblower. This thing's amazing. Could not recommend this more. So to be honest with you, let me know what you think. If you have a different brand, if you have a Ryobi, comment below. Tell me what you think, what you had. How did you get through with Snowmageddon 26? Thank you for sticking around to the end. I appreciate it. That is my thoughts and opinions on the Ryobi 40-volt snowblower. Now mine is a 22-inch there. You probably saw it in the tech specs, but I love it. I think it's a great item, and I couldn't recommend it more. So thanks for sticking around to the end. I appreciate it. My name is Dave. This is Dave's E-Reviews. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. But remember, like and subscribe so that you see our next video. Thanks again. See ya.